Hello friends, welcome to my channel Biology MCQs. Today we are discussing about the chapter 6, that is molecular basis of inheritance in 12th NCERT. Chapter 6 is molecular basis of inheritance. It is important chapter for the need preparation because a number of questions are made from this molecular basis of inheritance. So we start as per the NCERT point of view. Okay, what is the molecular basis of inheritance means? The molecular basis of inheritance means which molecules involved in the inheritance, mean transfer of that molecules genetic characters from one generation to next generation. In this chapter, that is the molecule is DNA, which transfers genetic material from one organism to another organism. Before that, known about DNA as a genetic material, Mendel carried out the experiment, that is transferred characters from one generation to another generation by doing his experiment on plant, that is green pea plant, by crossing the plants, that is tall characters and dark characters, and to uh, suggest that one factor is responsible for transfer of characters. After that, but he doesn't know about the genetic material is DNA, that transfer characters from one organism to another organism. Okay, in this molecular basis of inheritance, the DNA is a molecule that transfer genetic material in inheritance. Okay, you also know about the nucleic acids presence in the cell of the animals and plant cell of the organism. That nucleic acids are divided into DNA and RNA. That nucleic acids are made up from the polynucleotides. That nucleic acid is made up from the polynucleotides chain. That polynucleotides consist of sugar, nitrogen base, and phosphate. Okay, sugar, nitrogen base, and phosphates are present in the nucleotides. That many nucleotides to form the complex structure of the DNA, and the DNA transfer characters from one generation to another generation. Okay, first we see about the DNA. DNA means deoxyribonucleic acid, and RNA means ribonucleic acid. These are the two types of nucleic acids present in the living organisms. Most of the DNA acts as a genetic material in most of the organism, and also RNA acts as a genetic material in some viruses. RNA has additional role in in organisms to carry the information from DNA. That DNAs are made up from the nucleotides, many nucleotides to form the polynucleotide chains and to form a nucleic acid, that is DNA. In this chapter, we discuss about the structure of the DNA and its replication and the process of making mRNA, that is called as transcription, and also formation of the protein from mRNA, and also genetic code describes in this chapter. And also protein synthesis process, that is called as translation, also discussed in this chapter, and its regulation means how much protein is required for organism, and how it is regulated, that process is also discussed. And the transfer of the genetic material from DNA to another organisms, and how protein is synthesized from the DNA. Okay, means the morphological character and another characters or different types of proteins in organisms is depending upon the structure of the DNA, and also depending upon the nucleotide sequence present, and which is called as amino acid sequence. When the amino acid sequence changes, the whole structure of the mRNA changes, and also change the structure of the protein. In case of the DNA is made up from the many nucleotides. Okay, that nucleotides are formed by the sugar, nitrogen base, and phosphorus. DNA is replicated itself, is known as replication, to increase their copies. DNA replicated to itself by replicating its copies, and from DNA to form the mRNA, is this process is called as transcription. This process is called as transcription, and from mRNA to synthesize protein, this process is called as translation. And the genetic code is presence of the nucleotides on the DNA. Three codons, means three nucleotides, codes for one amino acid, and that amino acids to form proteins, means many amino acids to form the structure of the protein. Protein is the polymer of amino acid.